Speak loud. Welcome to Tasting NC, a show where we taste everything that has anything to do with North Carolina. I'm your host, Curtis.
And I'm Jamie.
And this is kind of an impromptu trip. It's June 17th today. We went on our usual Myrtle Beach vacation, and we decided on the way back that we were going to stop in Carolina Beach and try some donuts.
Well, we were actually going to the aquarium at Fort Fisher.
Yeah, so we went to Britt's Donuts in Carolina Beach, and we went to Wake and Bake Donuts.
This is from Britt's.
In Wilmington.
And this is Wake and Bake.
And we're not in Wilmington or Carolina Beach right now. We were doing some other stuff.
We're in Warsaw.
Yep, so we're in a rest stop right now in Duplin County.
No, well, I don't know. Where is Warsaw? Is it Duplin? I guess it is.
The GPS said a rest stop Duplin, and it's got a rating of better than usual. So I'm used to rest stops being nice and quiet. I was looking for a nice quiet spot to record, but it took us a minute to find a spot here to record. There's a lot of people walking around here. But anyway, this is going to be an unusual video because I want to add some more donuts to this, but the donuts I want to add, some of them are...
Most of them are in, like, central NC.
Yeah, like 100 miles or so.
West.
Yeah, so this will definitely be pieced together with other donut tastings. So today, like I said, we're going to do Wake and Bake.
And Britt's.
And Britt's. You want to try Britt's first?
We have to admit we've already tried Britt's because we've heard that they should be eaten right as you get them when they're still warm. And it was good warm. So.
Yeah, we did eat it hot and fresh. And it was good. And what we're looking for, we have a favorite donut place near our home, which will be in this show. These donuts are...
They're fried dough. You can't go wrong with fried dough.
But they're soft, they're fluffy, they're humongous. And the crazy part is, 2 days later, these things are still soft and fluffy. I will say, we've had some better donuts. I grew up, occasionally my dad would bring home Dunkin' Donuts. And we had some Dunkin' Donuts on vacation.
And we ended up throwing it, part of them away.
They're just...
Not good anymore?
Yeah, I've been spoiled. I've been pushed to a new level of donut. These things are just like little bricks. And
stupid math.
the kids will eat some of them, but they're just Dunkin' Donuts.
Well, the little one will eat the pink sprinkles off the top of the donut and then leave the best part, which is the dough.
Yeah, it's not good anymore. So anyway, let's start with Britt's. He held it up, but... This is Britt's Donuts.
And they're good. They're nice and pillowy and soft, and you can see the yeasty bits where they've risen.
And somebody one of our friends on Facebook said that they believe they changed the recipe of these.
Or at least they were smaller. And
that they were better a few years ago. Again, I enjoyed what I had earlier when it was almost too hot to touch. It was a really good donut. You can go first.
And I mean, they're still good a couple hours later.
It's still really soft.
Better than a Dunkin' or a Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, Dunkin' would be a brick right now. I haven't had Krispy Kreme in a really long time, so we're going to try to get some Krispy Kreme onto the show.
Yeah, I don't think I've had a Krispy Kreme donut in probably at least 10 years.
It's a good donut. If you're at Carolina Beach, I don't particularly like Carolina Beach. You've heard my stint. If you listen to the podcast, you know how I feel about Myrtle Beach, but I don't really care for Carolina Beach, but and I won't make a special trip for Britt's Donuts, not because of donut, because of Carolina Beach.
We have made a special trip for Wake and Bake before. This is not the first time that we've had Wake and Bake, but it'll be the first time
that we've ever had Britt's.
No, well, it'll be the first time that we've ever had a glazed donut from Wake and Bake.
Yeah, and I'll put some pictures up here. Wake and Bake, they have a.
Okay, can I show them the other? This is typically...
They have a plethora of donuts there.
What we would order at Wake and Bake. It's a Oreo cheesecake. Or they have a Purple Rain. Got like a Fruity Pebble one. They've got maple bacon. I typically don't go for a glazed donut.
However, because glazed donuts is all that Britt's has, to be fair, we decided just to get glazed donuts from everywhere. So when we go to our favorite here in a few weeks or whenever, we're going to stick to glazed donuts. So, ready to...
It's going to be so jittery later. I've not had anything but yogurt and a donut today. At 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, we've had a busy day. For leaving the beach, we've had a busy day. We met some family up in Carolina Beach and went to the aquarium up there. And I didn't get many pictures for the podcast and what have you, but
I don't think I actually took a single picture.
we walked around the aquarium. We drove past Fort Fisher. I wanted to get some pictures there, but they're doing some kind of construction there. I don't know if you guys know what's going on there, but anyway, back to the food.
That's a Wake and Bake glaze.
This is a basic glazed donut from Wake and Bake. And like I said, there's nothing fancy on it.
Here, let's show them the inside of a Brits. I don't think we did that, did we? We showed you the outside. And Brits are a little bit, like, not round, typical donut, but that's okay, because they were good. But
so that's the inside of a Brits. All right. That's the inside of a Wake and Bake. And the Wake and Bake, we got them a few hours after we got the Brits. So they're cold, but they're still a little fresher than the
I think
Brits.
they have more of a yeasty flavor.
They're definitely a thicker donut. It's because it's thicker, it's more fluffy, it's more pillowy. There's more breading there. I don't know, is that breading or what do you call it? Yeast?
Dough.
There's more dough there.
They're both a good donut. I don't know which one I like better.
Between those two, right now, several hours later, I like Wake and Bake better. In the moment, if we got them at the same time, Brits would have been hot and fresh. It would have been the better donut in that moment. But right now, I think Wake and Bake has Brits beat. And again, the location has a little bit to do with it. If I'm in Wilmington for some travesty of a reason, I'm going to go to Wake and Bake before I go to go down to Brits.
It's easier to get to than Brits, and you don't have to get out of your, like, off the beaten path and mess with parking at the boardwalk. And
anyway, that's all I got for Wake and Bake and Brits, right? Brits,
yes.
Yeah, I'm struggling with that. So I guess we're going to get on the road and start heading back home, and hopefully in a few weeks or in a flash on your side of the camera, we'll have some more donuts for you to watch us try. All right, continuing with our donut episode, we went to two of our local donut shops near our house this time. We got NC Jelly Donuts, which is in Mebane, North Carolina, and Daily Donuts. Yeah, Daily, yeah. I've been having trouble remembering Daily Donuts, and I don't know why.
And these were, according to a news article that was on their wall, voted one of the best donuts in the United States.
And I can tell you, before we get started, NC Jelly Donuts are actually the best donuts probably in the United States. It's the best donut I've ever had.
I have to agree. I don't particularly care for glazed donuts, and these are great.
If you listen to the podcast, you'll hear me talk about how much I hate Virginia. Mebane, North Carolina is probably the one thing I hate more than Virginia. But I'll go to Mebane every day if I have to get these donuts.
And we were in there at about 11 o'clock, and there were probably 10 people in line. They were almost out of, like, donuts in the case, and we got these, and they were still warm.
Yeah, and I'll be posting some pictures we took inside NC Jelly Donuts. You probably right now while we're talking. But there's a picture, if you know the actor Mike Epps. He's from Next Friday. He's a really funny guy. There's a picture of him
with the owner?
Yeah, with the owner inside NC Jelly. And the first time I seen it surprised me. So I said, "Oh shoot, is that Mike Epps?" And she told me, she said, "Oh yeah, he comes in every time he comes in this area. He'll stop in NC Jelly and get him a donut." I did take a picture of the NC Jelly sign outside the building, but I noticed today, even though I've been there a lot, it just says Jelly Donuts. It doesn't actually say NC on the sign, but it is NC Jelly Donuts.
I noticed that too.
Yep. So which one do you want to start with?
We could do Daily.
Yep.
I might add, we got these little donut holes at both shops, and these are from Daily Donut, but the little kid got the bag from NC Jelly, and he ate the whole dozen before we got out of Mebane.
Yeah,
we don't have those to show.
Yeah, we weren't but 5 miles away, and he held up the empty bag, and Jamie wondered if he had spilt it, and no, he ate all of them. So, but that's okay. I mean, they're pretty great.
Yeah, well, they're itty bitty too. So
Yeah. So, all right,
all right.
I'll let you do that.
You want me to hold them up? Or?
Yeah, you can do the presenting. Now we're only doing glaze. We got other kinds of donuts, but
Yeah.
to be fair, we're only getting glazed from the donut
We got
restaurants that we're
custard
featuring.
and maple bacon. NC Jelly was out of like the chocolate glaze.
Yeah,
so we couldn't get.
A lot of places do this, and NC Jelly does it too. They open up at what, 6?
I don't know.
They only make a certain amount of donuts, and when they're out for the day, they're done. Now they have donuts. Like she said, we went at 11, and they still had plenty. They were out of some of their stuff.
Well, they were in the back making some.
Yeah, but when they're out of donuts, they're done for today.
Are we gonna eat a whole one, or are we gonna split one? Since you've already had 2.
I did have an NC Jelly donut, even though we're going to try it on camera. You get these things, and they're
Well, I'll hold them up for comparison. Too.
yeah, they're warm. They're not warm now, but when you get them, they're warm.
All right, this is NC Jelly, and that's Daily Donuts.
And so I can't not eat an NC Jelly donut when we come out of the store. Jamie asked me if I wanted to wait. That was a silly question. So we got enough that I could eat one on the way from there and one on camera. So anyway, yeah, we'll split one.
It's light and airy and fluffy.
Yep. And like I said, these are actually local to us. They have these donuts at our church. When we do donuts, a lot of times they come from here. I don't know why they don't get NC Jelly donuts.
Because NC Jelly Donuts, I don't think is open on Sundays.
Now, at my job, every Friday, I have to go to a morning meeting every morning. And on Fridays, they have donuts at the morning meeting, and they come from NC Jelly Donuts.
Do you need to stop and make sure your audio is okay?
No.
Okay.
All right. You ready? I don't know why I said they're ready. Are you ready?
Should we cheers?
Yep.
Cheers.
There we go. Now we tried. It's been about a month since we did the Brits and
Wake and Bake.
Wake and Bake. Thank you. And don't get me wrong; those are really good donuts, Brits and Wake and Bake. They're a different kind of donut, but this Daily Donuts it already beats both of those.
Well, it's fluffy and light and pillowy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really soft. I guess pillowy is right. You probably can't see too good, and seeing still doesn't do it any justice. But
it's got a nice rise and a
yeah,
smush.
it's a lot more cushiony, softer, pillowy donut than Wake and Bake. Wake and Bake, I think they have a lot of different flavors, a lot of great flavor, and so does Brits. Don't get me wrong, this has plenty of flavor, but there's a lot more texture going on here.
Oh, knacker. What do I do with it?
All right. And now the best damn donut in North Carolina. And I don't want to split one. I'm going to have my own. You want your own? And again, they look. They're not going for pretty.
Oh wow! The little like sprinkles on his, and they really sprinkled them up today. Most of the time, you can see the strawberry frosting.
Yeah, but yeah, they're not going for beautiful. But this
Well,
is.
they probably got smushed a little bit in the box because
Yeah.
they were fresh when we got them.
And I mean, it's softer than the Daily Donuts. It's like holding a handful of air.
Well, I just kind of want to take a nap on it. It's so pillowy and soft.
Yeah, I was telling Jamie on the way back home from here, I don't know how to make a donut. I don't know how they cook them. I don't know if they do something different at NC Jelly Donuts, but it's not like anything I've ever had. It's certainly something special.
You can smell the yeast in it. I wonder if it's yeast to flour ratio.
And like I said, I'm not here to bash Mebane. I wouldn't send my worst enemy to that town, but I would send my worst enemy over to NC Jelly Donuts. It might make them feel better.
Yeah, that's a good donut.
As far as taste goes, I know I got that crap all over my mouth. As far as taste goes, I mean, it tastes like a donut. These glazed are really sweet. It might be overly sweet, a little sweeter than normal.
Well, I actually don't care if it's glazed or not. I'd rather just have the dough.
I think that's what makes it good, is that dough is just perfect.
Which it works out perfectly when the little kid gets a donut, because he eats the sprinkles and the icing off the top and leaves the donut, or the actual dough. So I get the dough and he gets the icing.
Yeah, it's certainly the best textured donut I think I've ever had. And the weird thing about this, I want to add, we're going to have to stop for a second, because our driveway is like an interstate. I have to cut all that out. Sorry, a car went by. I do want to add that we've gotten NC Jelly donuts, and the next morning, they still taste like you bought them that morning. You know, a lot of donuts I've seen, they get kind of hard, and the flavor kind of diminishes. NC Jelly donuts, and I hope it's not preservatives or something, but they still taste fresh 24, 30 hours later.
Well, and the great thing about NC Jelly Donut is it's right beside a coffee shop and called The Habit. And it's probably the best coffee we've had.
Yeah, I know this isn't a coffee episode, but it is. It's like 2 or 3 doors down.
Well, I felt like I was drinking coffee, I should mention.
Yeah, Habit is 3 or 4 doors down from NC Jelly Donuts, and it is probably some of the best coffee. And I'm not one of the ones that goes to a coffee shop or a coffee house and sits there on my laptop, but I drink excessive amounts of coffee. So we go to coffee shops a lot here in Hillsboro, Mebane, Durham.
Chapel Hill.
You know, we got a couple of favorites in Myrtle Beach, or one favorite in Myrtle Beach. But yeah, I'll boost Habit Coffee too. The Habit Coffee Company. If you go get NC Jelly Donuts, you might as well get you a cup of that coffee too. So I think I want to try to get Duck Donuts in before we wrap this video up.
Possibly another one in Durham.
Yeah, there's another one in Durham. What was it?
Carolina Glazed Donuts.
Yep. Now, we've been to Duck Donuts in Duck, North Carolina. We probably won't be going down to the original location.
No, but they have a shop in Durham.
Yeah, there is another Duck Donuts in Durham.
I think they have them Raleigh. There are several around the state.
Yeah. So we're going to try to include Duck Donuts in here, but we probably won't be in Duck. So,
no, we'll be in Durham.
I mean, I would love to be in Duck, but I just don't know if we have the time or free time to get down there. But
this time of year, I don't know that I would want to go to Duck Donuts because of the parking lot.
And you hear me talking about you hear me talking about having enough time to get down there. If you don't know, Duck is in the Outer Banks. And if you know North Carolina, you may be new to North Carolina, but Orange County, we're about as far as you can get from the Outer Banks without being in the mountains, I guess. As far as the coastline goes, it's a whole lot quicker to go to Myrtle Beach than it is to go all the way out to Outer Banks from where we live. Virginia Beach may even be closer than the Outer Banks, but
I don't know. I've never been to Virginia Beach.
Yeah, but like I said, I'm not going to Virginia Beach, and my fans know why. I'm not running the risk of getting a ticket, on the state line. So anyway, I think that's the end of this, and we'll be back in cyberspace time. I guess we'll be back in a flash for Duck Donuts.
Yes.
All right, let that motorcycle whatever go on. All right, now we have our last 2 donuts that we're going to be trying for this episode. We tried
Krispy Kreme backwards.
Yeah, we're going to try. I don't think I guess it would be backwards.
I don't know. It's looking backwards, but anyway.
The last portion of it, we're going to try Krispy Kreme, North Carolina product, and we're going to try Duck Donuts. And I think I mentioned it in the last little bit. We obviously didn't go to Duck, North Carolina for this. There is a Duck Donuts in Durham, and so we rode over there to get Duck.
They actually have locations all over North Carolina and other places, I think.
And while Jamie's pulling out our first Donut. While we were at Duck Donuts, I do want to mention this lady. I was in there taking pictures, and I don't know if I looked a little weird, but she gave me kind of a weird look. So we started a conversation with her, and I let her know that we were doing a YouTube channel, and she seemed really interested. So I didn't catch her name, but if you were the lady who talked to the two YouTubers in Duck Donuts, you're who I'm talking about. And she was a really nice lady. It was fun talking with her about donut shops. Ironically, she mentioned that she had heard of this donut shop in Mebane.
I think it was a teacher she worked with. She didn't mention what county she was from, but
she was talking about NC Jelly Donuts, which we tried yesterday. So,
which might be after this video.
Yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead and try our first donut. This is Krispy Kreme.
Itty bitty. Should we compare it to the duck glazed?
And I was doing some editing yesterday on what we recorded so far, and I realized we used the word pillowy probably 20 times or more so far. Pillowy is just, I guess that's just the nature of the donut. So I apologize now for saying pillowy as much as we have said pillowy.
That's the duck donut, and that's Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, and I've said pillowy 5 now, probably. So anyway,
you want your half?
Yeah.
And might I add that this was bought at Food Line because we don't have a Krispy Kreme shop
too close by.
There's one in Burlington, but we didn't go that way. We went the opposite direction.
Yeah, we went east.
So
we're actually sitting in the Food Line parking lot right now while we're recording. I noticed we showed the inside of the donuts when I was doing my editing. So there's.
I mean, it's fluffy.
It's a soft, fluffy donut. It's sticky and glazy. Anyway. And I don't know how old these donuts are. Again, they come off the shelf at Food Line, and it does say best eaten by tomorrow. It don't say tomorrow on there, but it gives a date.
That's not terrible.
No, it's not a bad donut.
It's actually better than Dunkin', and I used to think Dunkin' was better than Krispy Kreme.
I will say going in, it's been a while since I've had a Krispy Kreme donut. And I made the joke that we were going to be throwing these out the window on the way home. It's better than I remembered.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a dirty napkin.
I'll just use my shorts. Alright, that was Krispy Kreme. And like I said, I'm going to post a picture of the donuts we got from Duck. We got an assortment. And we got an assortment from Krispy Kreme, too. I'll post that picture, too. But, even though we got the assortment, we're only trying the glazed donut, and to be fair to all the other donut shops we went to.
If you've never been to Duck Donuts, there's a lot of options. You choose your own donut. Like, you can get a plain glaze like this, but you can also get like a vanilla glaze, a chocolate glaze. Then you can pick your toppings. Like, I have one in here that has Oreos. There's one with peanuts. There's one with graham crackers. And then you get a drizzle on top. I also have one that has a key lime glaze with graham crackers and a marshmallow drizzle.
And I took a couple pictures of their menu while I was in there. Maybe I'll post it right now while I'm talking. But I took a couple pictures of the Duck Donuts menu, and take a look at that, and you can kind of get an idea of what they offer there.
Donut kind of broke, but that's what.
Now, already just taking this from Jamie, I can tell this is already more pillowy than
they're like Krispy Kreme. They make them to order, kind of, sort of.
It's a lot softer than Krispy Kreme, but in Krispy Kreme's defense, like I said, these come off the Food Line shelf. They've probably been sitting there for a few weeks, maybe. Not a few weeks, but
or more cakey than the other donuts.
Yeah, if I held it on the very end, it would fall apart into the floor here. It's fresher, obviously. And it was made, they got a donut making machine in there, which I didn't see I didn't see that in the actual Duck, North Carolina location, but
you can have the rest of that because I want to try my key lime one.
They had a donut machine in there, so these have been made probably within the past hour. They're not hot, but
you order and then they make them.
We have been riding for about 20 minutes since we bought these. So.
You want some key lime donut?
I don't like key lime, so I won't be eating the key lime donut.
It looks super yummy, and it's messy.
But that's the end of our donut episode. So I'm going to go ahead and rank them. I will tell you, NC Jelly, out of all these, maybe there's a better donut out there I hadn't found it yet. NC Jelly for me is number 1. I would say Daily Donuts is number 2. I'd put duck donuts at number 3. I would probably put Brits at number 4. What are we missing?
You're missing Wake and Bake.
Oh, I'm sorry. So I would go NC Jelly. I would go NC Jelly, Duck, Wake and Bake, Daily Donuts. I'd put Brits at number 5, and unfortunately, Krispy Kreme is going to come in last at number 6. But I think even if they were fresh, it would probably still. You can't beat NC Jelly donuts. I mean, I'm sure you can. So far, I've not found anything to beat NC Jelly.
No, I haven't either.
So that's my order. What's your order?
NC Jelly, of course. Probably Wake and Bake.
I'm going to have a bit of your water here.
You can have some of my coffee. Daily Donuts.
I might have to cut out a bunch of pauses.
Probably because that motorcycle made me lose my train of thought. Okay. NC Jelly. Then probably, are we basing it solely on variety that you can choose from, or just the glazed
Just
taste?
the glazed. Yeah, I'm only basing it on the glazed donuts. There's probably other better donuts than just the glazed from every one of those companies.
I don't know. I don't like glazed donuts, and it's hard to beat NC Jelly donut glazed. So I do NC Jelly, then probably Daily Donuts, then Duck, Wake and Bake, Brits, and Krispy Kreme.
All right. Well, this video, I know because I was editing yesterday, is already like 30 minutes long. I apologize for the length of it, but
we had to do it in segments.
We had to do it in segments, and you know, I like to sound my own voice. So,
and if you have suggestions of good donuts near you, let us know.
Yeah, we may not get to them in a timely fashion, but we love road tripping in North Carolina. We're always on the road. So if you recommend a donut, let us know, and we will put it on the list in the GPS, and we'll try to make a point out of it.
Or if we're in that area road tripping, or even within an hour drive.
Yeah. Don't forget to check out the NC Everything podcast. Unfortunately, Jamie's not part of it, so you don't get the sweeter part of this show in the NC
What would I
Everything podcast.
contribute?
I don't know. Eye candy, donuts. Anyway, that's this episode of Tasting NC.
See you next time.
All right.